What a great way to start the morning by capturing these pair of black swans with these four cygnets meandering in Buckley's waterhole. And then watching this dusty moorhen bathing itself in the early morning light with some Australasian grebes having a barney in the background. The day was just starting. It was just beautiful. Then getting a nice surprise of seeing the mother black swan coming closer to me with her four cygnets in tow. It was so beautiful just watching these little four cygnets trail along behind their mum. Well, good morning. It's 8:15 on a beautiful Friday morning. I'm down here at Buckley's waterhole and on the beach here this morning just to photograph different types of birds. I've been photographing around Lake Eden, I've gone to Sandy Camp, and recently I've seen posts showing all these beautiful birds up on Bribie Island here, the pied oyster catchers. Look at the size of its beak. That's why they call them oyster catchers. Their beak is so hard that it can prise an oyster apart, or other crustaceans like mussels and all that. So I thought I'd come up here this morning to take some photos. Now I'm using my new Photo Pro monopod with the feet. It's just standing by itself there. This is why I was really wanting a good monopod with feet. And if you're interested in a good monopod, I'll put a link here where you can see my review on it. And I just got some video of the pied oyster catchers mating. That was just incredible. Oh, look at that! What I really want to do this morning is to test out a polarizing filter on my Nikon 200 to 500mm lens for wildlife. A polarizer will just tone it down and will give us detail. How easy it is to use, and it's not that easy. I'm using auto ISO, so the ISO is adjusting itself, so it's very hard to see when the polarizer clicks in. But I found a very easy way, and that is to look at my ISO. The higher the ISO, the more my CPL filter acts. This is when the CPL filter clicks in. Let's keep walking along. Let's see what we can find. The tide's high, it's going down now, so let's hope that we can see some more birds. But already my day is going good, and I hope your day is going good. So let's keep walking around. We've got a beautiful pelican just resting here in front of us. Look at that, so nice. These are such a majestic bird. It's just chilling out. This is why I like a monopod with feet. I've pushed it into the sand and I'm only about 40 centimeters above the ground. Look at the angle that I've got now. I can't lie on the ground, but this is as close as I can get, and I'm very happy. I'll zoom into these ones here. They're just preening themselves. This is why I like wildlife videography. Looks like we've got a mature bird on the right and a juvenile on the left. I nearly missed this little bird. This is a little bird that I came to see. I didn't realize it was that small. I don't wear my glasses when I'm taking photos or videos, so I was just about to turn around and I just saw this little bird moving. I think like, oh, could this be it? And it is. Wow, very happy. I was able to get a little bit closer to it. I don't want to get too close. Oh, see a lot more detail in it now. Oh, photos are great, but when you see these little birds in video, the way they feed, it's just beautiful. Such a little bird. This has made my day. And on this day, the photos that I got and the videos that I got were just amazing. Here are some of the examples of the birds that I was able to capture just doing their own thing, like this crested tern having a bath. Even though it's just splashing around having a bath, you can see by this shot here that it's moving its head around from left to right to keep an eye on its surroundings. This is the animal kingdom. They are always alert for predators. It's having a bath, but it's keeping an eye out on its environment. When I photograph birds, I'm normally in continuous high extended, which gives me now around 13 to 14 frames per second because I shoot in 12-bit RAW. Today, I was in continuous high, which gave me 5.5 frames per second. Here you can see the amount of time that I lose. I could have gotten so many photos of this little tern as it landed on the beach. I was there to enjoy myself. I'm very happy that I got a couple of frames of this little tern landing on the beach. This looks like I've taken the perfect shot of these three little pied cormorants. But in actual fact, this is far from the truth. It's just sometimes how we edit and how we crop images that they look like this, when in actual fact, this is what the photo looked like. I was photographing the gulls and all of a sudden I saw these cormorants fly past. But I was so low to the ground that as they were flying past me, I tried to take a couple of shots, and this is one of the few that was in focus. My camera was so much on an angle. Because I was zoomed out a bit, I was able to reframe the shot to this image here, which looks amazing. So when you see photos like this edited on social media, don't always think that the photographer got everything right, because I'll admit sometimes the horizon isn't straight, but I've given myself room to crop and rotate the image. Another reason why I like photographing wildlife is because you never know what behavior they're going to show. For example, these pelicans here, one in front is just staring down the beach. The other one has got its head tucked to its side. Beak looks like a sword. And next minute, they've changed places. It's the one in front now that's lying its head on the side, and the one on the back, it's got its head pointing towards the other direction. And this is why I like wildlife photography, because it's a challenge. You never know the type of photo you're going to get. Now, the pied oyster catchers had been around and they'd taken off, so I spent time photographing and videotaping other birds, and all of a sudden I heard the squawking in the sky, and I started taking photos of them as they start doing like a loop in front of me. And there's three of them, and they're looping around, then gliding in to land on the beach. Then I witnessed something that I'd never witnessed before with these pied oyster catchers. Mind you, I haven't photographed too many pied oyster catchers. This behavior that you're going to see now, I have never seen, but I've been told that it is common at times.
Look at that! Look at that! This is so funny! Look at it!
And after about an hour and a half on the beach, it was getting warm. I decided to walk back up the beach to head back up the track beside Buckley's waterhole. And I noticed one of the pied oyster catchers just resting on the beach. I got on my knees and I took this photo here. But you can see that I've still got a bit of an angle on this shot here. Then I lowered myself as low as I could go, tilted the LCD screen up so I was as close to the sand as possible. And you can see here where perspective really comes in. See now that I'm staring straight at the bird compared to this one here where I'm looking down at the bird. And just as I was about to get up, I heard some welcome swallows calling out, and there was an adult welcome swallow on one dead branch on the beach and a juvenile on the right hand side of it. But look at the angle that I'm shooting at. At f5.6, I've got a very short amount of depth of field, and in wildlife photography, this is what you want. If I had been pointing down like the first photo of the oyster catcher, there would have been a lot more depth of field, and the photo wouldn't have had the impact as this photo here.
I hear plovers around. I was just waiting. Now we got crows, but we got a whistling kite flying around, so that's why the plovers are going off. I had a great time this morning. Nearly 10 o'clock. Had a walk on the beach. Went to Buckley's waterhole. I couldn't spend too much time at Buckley's waterhole. Looks like the EPA is spraying for weed on the waterhole, so most likely a solar. What I was still very happy with. I got some video, black swans with their signet. So I've had a great morning. And I think the highlight of this morning was one, taking photos and video of this little plover, and two, seeing the pied oyster catchers mating. That for me is just the cream on top of the cake. Something that I would have never expected. Can't take photos and video at the same time, so video for me is more important. I was also very happy testing out the PhotoPro X Airfly Mono on the beach. This is the first time I've tested it on the beach. This is why I wanted a good monopod with feet. If you don't have feet, when you're on soft sand and all that, your monopod will just sink. It's very hard to keep it stable. I found with the feet, I got very stable video, which really surprised me. I wasn't using the fluid head this morning. I was only using my Leo Photo pan tilt head because I didn't think that I was going to take too much video. All in all, really happy with this monopod. If you've got any comments or feedback, leave it in the comment box below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a big thumbs up. Stay safe, enjoy wildlife photography, and I'll see you next time.